A high school in South Carolina just released their summer reading list for an English course. Parents and members of the community could not believe some of the books the school wants the kids to read, and they are pushing back. Parents were upset about the message in several books on the summer reading list. Photo credit: Bowie Snodgrass, Flickr. Like most schools, Wando High School saddles students with a few requirements over the summer. Instead of enjoying their time off, perhaps going on vacation or taking a summer job, students will have to worry about doing homework for the coming year. It's often not too laborious, but they will have to suspend their plans long enough to get it done. For an English 1 college prep course, students were given a reading list of 4 books. Students would have to choose from this list of books to read, in order to be prepared for the next year. Yet, the books chosen by their teachers this year weren't the classics. To Kill a Mockingbird or The Old Man and the Sea weren't on this list. Instead, a few modern additions were there. Parents and other community members discovered 2 books with a strong political slant. It was clear they had a very aggressive racial component to them, but the real concern was the fact that these recently published books had an obvious and virulent anti-police message. A South Carolina high school drew the ire of parents, police and community members after it included what they called anti-police material in a summer reading list. From a list of 4 books for students taking an English 1 college prep course at Wando High School in Charleston, 2 are focused on racism and police brutality. It's almost an indoctrination of distrust of police, and we've got to put a stop to that. John Blackman, president of the Fraternal Order of Police Tri-County Lodge. There are other socio-economic topics that are available, and they want to focus half of their effort on negativity towards the police. That seems odd to me. Students can pick All-American Boys by Jason Reynolds and Brendan Keeley, which is described as the story of 2 teens, one black and one white, who struggle with racial tension in their school and their community, in the class assignment, or The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas, described as the main character witnessing her childhood friend, Khalil, being shot, unarmed, by a police officer. Source: Fox News. Of all the books they could have put on this list, why did they pick these? Usually, teachers pick classics, older books that have stood the test of time. That's important, considering there are few opportunities for young people to read these books otherwise. A vital part of their education includes appreciating things they wouldn't see on YouTube, Twitter, or MTV. Yet, instead of picking something from Dickens, this school selected 2 books designed to sow distrust among police. Both of these books were written by left-wing writers, who prop up the toxic propaganda of Black Lives Matter. Is that really the kind of thing students should be exposed to? But should we really be surprised? Teachers' unions across the country are run by left-wing commies. They have infiltrated our public schools and colleges, intent on brainwashing the young generation. Liberal teachers intend to bombard students with their views, hoping the values and morals taught by their parents would be forgotten. Young people are impressionable and lack life experience. These school boards know this. So, they do everything in their power to convince them that toxic liberal politics are right. They do this with books like The Hate U Give and All-American Boys. A young person will read these books and perhaps agree with their slanted, dishonest portrayal of police officers. We know how the left treats law and order. If they can brainwash students into thinking police are racist and evil, they will easily agree with everything else the left teaches. While the students have 2 other options on the reading list, the Fraternal Order of Police says the 2 anti-police books should be dropped from the list because they focus on negativity toward officers. The school is reviewing the book materials after formal request for reconsideration was submitted. I understand two of the selections, choices for the summer's reading list for English 1 college prep classes are considered controversial by some members of our community. Wando principal Sherry Eppelsheimer wrote in a statement. I appreciate their concern and input regarding this matter. Source, Fox News. Even if they pull these books, the student will still have to contend with liberal teachers. These teachers will continue to push their leftist views in class. Many will attack and ostracize any student who refuses to march along with their ideas. Our young people are being thrown to the wolves. If we don't do anything to stop it, they will be devoured. Facebook has greatly reduced the distribution of our stories in our readers' news feeds and is instead promoting mainstream media sources. When you share on social media, however, you greatly help distribute our content. Please take a moment and consider sharing this article with your friends and family. Thank you.